Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso here with another tech tip to help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today, that's too funny. Today, maybe I should say that more often when I start. But anyway, today we're talking about social media accounts and if verification will help keep those accounts safe from cyber criminals and from being hacked. In this day and age in our digital lives, cyber criminals are going after social media accounts more than ever before. It doesn't matter if you've got an account on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, criminals want access to your online accounts. Why? Well, if you are a social media user and you have any amount of users over 100, that means that you are in the crosshairs of cyber criminals, which means they want your accounts. Now, people always ask me, well, Burton, why do they want these accounts? Well, the answer is pretty darn simple. It's because they want to be able to launch phishing campaigns using your social media accounts. We all know that on social media, we're always connecting with new people and developing relationships. People sometimes don't think that they may have important information with their social media accounts, but at the very basic level, criminals just want to be able to befriend those accounts and use those connections in order to lure them into elaborate phishing scams. Get a message from one of your friends, you're probably going to respond to it no matter how crazy it seems. Also, criminals know that on some social media accounts, influencers and entrepreneurs are boosting those accounts so they can also take your credit card information that you may have in your social media account. Now, again, verification is a good thing, but is it everything that you need to keep your social media accounts? So we're going to look at the pros and cons of having verified accounts on your social media platforms to help you understand how this method works and what you are getting out of your social media account if you get it verified. So let's take a look. So here are the pros of having a verified account on social media. So step number one, or pro number one, is the fact that when you have a verified account with the blue check mark, it means that you are an official account approved by whatever social media account you get that blue check mark from. A few years ago, having a verified account was a big deal. It means that you were known as an influencer or a celebrity, and that means that your account was quote unquote official. Means it was the real deal. And sometimes people will get verified accounts so that they can prevent their account from being duplicated. If enough people pay attention to your verified account and see the blue check mark, it means that you are official, and sometimes it will stop criminals from accessing those accounts. Or if your account happens to be duplicated on social media account, the blue check mark on a verified account will definitely stand out from an imposter who does not have a verified account. Now, keep in mind, if you do have a verified account, your users have to pay attention to the blue check mark to see that you are verified. There are a lot of times people don't really care about the verification. They'll see your smiling face and see your post or message from you and assume it's from the real deal. So having a blue check mark can allow you to have a quote unquote official account. Now, if you want a blue check mark, the process for verification varies from account to account, and sometimes it can be tricky to get a verified account. And then also too, it sometimes costs a little bit of money, or in the case of Twitter, a monthly fee in order to get a blue check mark or a verified account. Now, another thing that a blue check mark or verified account can bring you on your social media accounts is the fact that it brings you brand awareness. That's right. If you have brand awareness, it means that your account can stick out from other accounts out there. Let's say you're an influencer and there are people that you are competing against, which is always the case if you're an influencer. If you have the blue check mark, it definitely raises your brand as an influencer on social media. In old days, and people still have that train of thought, it used to meant that you went through the verification process and your social media platform, such as Instagram or Facebook, collectively known as Meta, verified that you were true blue and that you stood out, which gave you brand awareness. That's why so many people fought hard to get their accounts verified. The other thing, as far as brand awareness with a verified account, is that when you have that blue check mark, it's kind of bragging rights that you've got a branded account. So it definitely adds a little more clout to you if you have a brand account. Now, false information out there as far as branding, as far as blue check mark or branded accounts, you don't necessarily need like 10,000 followers to get a branded account. Now you used to, but in today's cyber world, you don't need to have that many followers anymore. You just need to go through the verification process of getting a branded account, and it will happen. Next on our list with branded accounts, it adds a sense of trust as far as your social media account. Again, most branding, or I should say all branding, comes from the social media platform. Again, from Meta with Facebook and Instagram, it means that the people at that social media network deem you worthy, or you paid the fee. But for all intents and purposes, if you're just a standby person and see that blue check mark, it's going to give you a little trust because you know that that account has been verified, and it means that you are sticking out in a positive sense, I may add. So what are the cons of having a branded account? It doesn't mean it's all sunshine and rainbows when you've got a branded account. So you really have to think about the cons and what's the bad side of having a branded account. So number one, it makes you a bigger target to cyber criminals. That's right. Branded accounts, or blue check verified accounts, I should say, mean to criminals that, and to the average person, that you have money and followers, which is the two things that cyber criminals, you get that right, the two things that cyber criminals want when accessing your account. When they are looking for social media accounts to commandeer, that means that they are looking for accounts that have a lot of followers. So they will look at your followers, which is a good idea to hide your followers on social media. But also, if you're a branded account, it means that you have a lot of followers. You are a brand ambassador. So that means that criminals are attracted to you and want to get access to that account. Next is money. Branded accounts cost money. Some a one-time fee, others it's a monthly subscription, like on Twitter. And maybe that's not within your budget, or you've always viewed social media as a platform where you are able to develop relationships because the platform is free. No more advertising, or no, you really don't have to boost your content in order to connect with followers. In today's world, boosting is great, but if you just baby step it and connect with your followers on a friendly level, that is enough to get the followers that you need. And if you really think about it, it is a numbers game, but let's talk about the numbers. Let's say you were at a networking event and 100 people came up to you to say how awesome you are. Wouldn't that make you stand out and say, wow, I'm doing a good job? It would. So while people are focused on thousands in social media, sometimes it's okay to focus on hundreds, because you just need a small following in order to build that momentum to get your followers wanting to follow you. Next is, there is really no guarantee that a blue verified account is going to keep cyber criminals away. Why is that? Well, even if you have a branded or verified account, that doesn't mean that cyber criminals are going to not be able to log into your social media account. If they get access to your username and password, verified or not, criminals will be able to log into your account. So there's no guarantee. Also, as far as that brand recognition on Facebook, just because you have a blue check mark doesn't mean that it's a guarantee that more people are going to follow you. Again, social media is about building trust. And of course, people do business with people they trust. So if you're on social media and you're doing it correctly, you might necessarily not need a verified account. The other thing, as far as the cons, is it doesn't take that much for a criminal to actually get their own brand account. And sometimes, if you signed up for the brand account process, it may be a criminal that's trying to scam you out of money to get you to get a branded account. Again, if you've got a verified account, it means that criminals see you as a larger target, and criminals are also able to sometimes go through the verification process of verifying their account so that you see it as a trustworthy account. And you know, criminals will do anything in today's age to make sure that you fall for a number of the scams that they have. So what should you do instead of just focusing on a brand account? Now, if you've got a verified account, or a brand account as I've been calling it this whole video, there are some pros to having one. But again, never think that having a verified account is automatically going to keep you safe from cyber criminals. So what should you do? Well, the first thing that you want to do is you want to head over to haveibeenpwned.com to find out if your phone number and your social media information has been posted on the dark web. There are several sites that a few years ago suffered data breaches, such as LinkedIn and WhatsApp. And we can't forget about Facebook's old Cambridge Analytica scam, or not scam, but leak, where information was leaked out there. So again, haveibeenpwned.com is the best website you can go to find out if your information is floating on the dark web. If you see that your email address or phone number has been involved in a large-scale data breach, you need to change the passwords to those accounts immediately, because it means that potentially cyber criminals could have access to that information. My next piece of advice is to get out of the old practice of using passwords and start using passphrases. Passphrases are a sentence or unrelated words that equal a strong password. If you use passphrase or passwords, criminals can figure that out, because usually your passwords are tied to stuff that you've already posted on social media, such as Mima's birthplace, your birthdays, kids' birthdays, spouses' birthdays. You get the picture. And as a tech expert, I've seen this all the time. And passphrases are great. If you need to use a passphrase and can't think of one, great website called useapassphrase.com that will help you generate a passphrase to keep your online account safe. And then finally, one of the best things you can do for your social media accounts is to set up 2FA, or two-factor or two-step authentication. The way this process works is that if a criminal happens to get access to your passwords with 2FA or MFA or whatever you want to call it, you will be sent either an email or a text alert or a verification to your phone or other device verifying that you're the one logging into that online account. If you don't have 2FA and a criminal gets access to your password, guess what? Verified account or not, they're into your account, and they can either delete your account, ask for a ransom, or use your social media accounts to send out spam. So there you have it, folks. If you have comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. Would love to hear from you to find out what questions I can answer as far as verified accounts and keeping your social media safe. With every video, be sure to comment, like, and share, because I know that you have friends out there that struggle with the technology that they use in life. As always, with every video, my goal is to help open you up to a whole new world of ideas, experiences, and goals using your tech devices and at home and at work. I love technology, and I've read all the manuals, and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile, and thanks for watching.